Hello everybody. How are we doing? Happy Wednesday. Oh, sorry about that. My sound input completely swapped over then, and it shouldn't have done that. But there we go. How's it going, everyone? Are you having a good evening? I hope. Yamail Angmar, I hope everything's going okay for you over there. In Valencia. I hope it's all right. I hope you're staying safe. Good evening, Norn brother. How are we doing? It's Wednesday, and we're building miniatures. Good evening, Laura. Good evening, Captain Manrings, Flying Muttley, Ian D, Tiago, Conky Ming, Longhorn, Alucard, Draculea, Taz 2070, Tattooed Zoologist, Frothy Paints, Sponge Monkey 26, Colonel. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We're pumpkin carving. Nice. Good evening, Hilbert Gerald. Hello, Chris. We are live. Just making sure that I'm not getting copyright struck. The football is on, and I want to get mad about it. So it's just on my phone. Tonight I will be making jelly with bats in it and green spaghetti. My wife has Halloween plans for the kids tomorrow, and I'm doing the prep while she goes to roller derby practice. That sounds awesome. Okay. Let's done it again. Can you guys still hear music? If I do that, can you guys hear the music? Or can you hear a crowd? I'm curious. No music. But it says that you can. Okay, I'm just gonna have to turn the football off. All right. Well, I'll look at the push notifications as they come through. All right. Tonight, we are going to be building these two. We've got wizards. So this is what I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna paint these two miniatures next week. And we have a new feature to try out on YouTube. Okay. So, and absolutely no pressure whatsoever, but we're going to try it because YouTube told me to do this. Okay. We can now set a goal, and I'm interested to see what it looks like. Okay. So you guys are going to be guinea pigs. But basically what we're going to do is next week I'm going to paint these two. But I will probably have enough time to do something else as well. Now, the question I'm going to ask you, I'm going to do a poll. Okay. Here is the poll. Next week, I might be able to do one of those two miniatures in addition to these two. Okay? So we're going to paint these two. And we can do one of those two miniatures. And then, and again, this is now the feature that we're going to test out, okay? So now, what we can do is I can set goals, apparently. So I want to see what this looks like, because I have no idea what it looks like, and I got emailed about it today, and they're like, test this now, brother. So there is a goal, okay, of if you get 15 teal or higher super chats, I will paint one or the other, okay? But we're testing the feature to see what it looks like. So please don't feel obligated unless you want to. You want to support the channel. The choice is yours. Of course it is. It's always yours. But it's a new feature now where you can set goals so that people can join in the fun. Is the literal email says, eat my goal. Exactly. It's really fun because they're like 3 good reasons to try it out. Offers a fun way to earn with Super Chat. Keeps your live streams exciting and deepens connections with your fans. And, you know, I'm like, YouTube, why you gotta be like that? Okay? My live streams are incredibly exciting. People get to see in great detail the top of my head as I build and paint miniatures. How much of my life savings to paint 100 Ionis Cryptborn? I think you'd need to pay for all of the 100 Ionis Cryptborns. Because I feel like I would be massively out of pocket doing that. Norn Brother, recently discovered your channel while searching for how to paint my Tyranids in the Kronos colour scheme, and you were really helpful. Many thanks, love the quality of your videos. Oh, thank you, Norn Brother, I'm glad. Testing, also do more clan rats. Thank you very much for the 2 there, Pritters. However, it needs to be teal or higher. But thank you very much for the 2. I very much appreciate that. So it has to be £5 or more for the feature to work. You can, like, what's insane about this thing is you can set it to be like, we'll do a thing if I get 50 £100 super chats. It's like, jeez, who's doing that? Are they allowing all your subscribers to actually contribute, or will they block like half the users? Probably that one. Probably that one. They'll probably be like, only the cool people can do this. And I'll be like, but all my users are cool. And they'll be like, yeah, but the cool people. The people we've deemed are cool, not you, Josh, because you are a loser. You're scared of building your Warlord Titan. So, you know, you suck, bro. That's what YouTube says to me. And what one very lovely man in the comments said to me. Blocked! Clan Rats, says Pritters. Thank you very much for the 5. Hey, it worked! We got 1 of 15! There we go. That took a turn. Oh, the negative self-talk has been through the roof since Monday. Yeah, I had a total collapse of confidence for about 10 minutes, and now I just kind of get by skating through and pretending that I'm the worst content creator in the world. It's alright, it's a system, it works, it's fine. Where is my knife? There it is. We need this for the build. Right, which of these 2 things? At least we know it works. We do know it works, Pritters. Conky Ming, thank you very much for the 5. You want a 1 million clan rats. Oh my god. Okay, well, like, it was 2 of 15. We're 13 away from reaching the goal of doing either Alarielle or Shalaxi this week as well. You know, we can do this. You can do this. I can do this. We can do this. Will Alarielle be like box art or in your style? Probably like box art with a couple of my style flourishes in there. So I might, like, for example, add some red to her wings and stuff. Not much, though. We'll try and keep it as, you know, I like a blend of the two. Dave Hall, member of for 34 months. Absolute legend. I wonder if membership anniversary chats work. They do not. These are super chats only. Right. Your choices that we build first. We're going to be building both of these. There's no goals for this. Which one am I building first? Tzarketh or Tzarketh and Ahriman? Scabentide should arrive Friday/Monday for me. I'm tempted to do a single clan rat in Hallowed Knights colours as a rat of wealth and taste. I like it. How do you decide what miniatures you build and paint? Love to see you paint with that Black Hawk. Yeah, he's here. He's here. I need to prime him. We can certainly think about doing that. I decide to do things based on Slaves to Darkness is imminent, I imagine. So this will be a relevant video for that. Of course, I don't know when Slaves to Darkness is, but this will be a relevant video for that. And this is one that people want, but it's a theme. Wizard. That's how. But usually I'm governed by what Games Workshop sends me. But I don't have anything for next week. Captain Manrings, thank you very much for being the member for 18 months. 18 months? 34 months? God. Long term support from you guys. It's unbelievable. Thank you so much. Have you mentioned what other wizards you're thinking of covering? At the moment, just these two. There's a poll going there for 2 other wizards that you might get to see. There's another obvious one I could do, which is Kairos Fate Weaver, but I'd have to build it, and I don't really fancy it at the moment. I should also say I primed Vandus Hammerhand, for those of you out there. Would you say you have a preference in setting like AOS 40k or Middle Earth, or do you just like it all equally? Age of Sigmar I prefer currently. I have a deep love for 40k, but nothing's happening in it at the moment. So every month that nothing happens in 40k in terms of the story, the less interested I am in it. We're old men. No, you're not. You're not old men. Not at all. You're legends. Alright, we've got 1 for Azek, 2 for Zarkas. Yeah. Alright, we'll go for Tzarketh. We'll build that first. Hey all. Hey Josh. What have I missed? I've been on pumpkin carving duty. No, you haven't missed much. We're testing out new functionality from YouTube today, where we can set super chat goals. So your goal at the moment is we get 15 super chats. PayPal because you're not getting that dollars. I thank you so much, Captain Menus. Oh yes, there you go. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I can't edit the goal, but if we get to 14, then I'll consider it achieved. But we're testing out that today, and we're going to be building these miniatures. And you guys have the choice at the moment with the poll of, in addition to Tzarketh Bane of Law and Tzarketh and Ahriman next week, which of the other 2 big wizards I have, which are Shalaxi Hellbane and Alarielle, do I paint in addition to these? That's all. That you're all caught up now. Is Dawn of Fire not advancing the story? I haven't read any of Dawn of Fire, but the issue with it happening in Black Library book novels is that they are canon, but they're also technically not. You can write any old Black Library novel, but until it makes its way into Codex, campaign book, a core book or something, it's not like a big event that you can hold on to, as it were. So what you need is a big event like that kind of thing. Have you painted any old world? I can't recall any. I have. I did the Tomb Prince, and I did the Necrolith Bone Dragon as well. And I do have Young Grim Iron Fist to do, which I need to build it. Do you have much Horus Heresy stuff? I have the starter box. I'm very tempted to jump in. In terms of videos, do I have Horus Heresy stuff? Because you're in luck. I have many Horus Heresy videos. So I have one for every Legion, Mark 6 Space Marine. And then I have Horus Ascended, Jagazai Khan, Magnus the Red, Rogel Dawn, Sanguinius the Lion. I think that's it for Primarchs. But I also have Dominion Zephon and Fafnir Ran when he could have walked. We also have Dark Angel's Legion Praetor video that's on the channel. And there is also Saul Tarvitz as a video that's also on the channel. But I also have Blood Angels Leviathan Dreadnought, Sons of Horus Leviathan Dreadnought, all that kind of thing. Have you ever painted a Flesh Eater Quartz zombie dragon? No, but I have 2 to do. Do you plan to do any more Primarchs? I do. I have Fulgrim Transfigured and I have Mortarion in my possession. I would like to do them all, but they are very expensive, which is why I need you guys to super chat, gift members, and become members and do all that good stuff. I also have realised I haven't asked you all to please leave a like on the stream, because that is a free way to support the channel and this stream, and that would be very, very nice of you to do that. I would very much appreciate that. It's free, and our first target is 50, and we're already at 44 likes already. Our second target is 69 because nice. And as you can see, we also have a membership goal here of getting to 500 members. We're 42 away from that, and that is all the begging we're going to do for now. So it's time to build Tzarketh, Bane of Law. But mean to us, the kill team squads, how long do they take you to do in total? Depending on the kill team squad, about 2.5 days. So in practice, that's 9, 18. It's about 22, 23 hours, something like that. Right. Tzarketh, Bane of Law. We had a brief look at this sprue the other day, and I thought it was rubbish. Because there's some horrible connection points on it. Which I will point out again for those of you who have bought the miniature but don't own it yet. So we have connection points to the sprue here in the flame on the staff just there, which is a big no-no. We have it here on the flame on the book as well, which is also a big no-no. And then we have 2 here on the horns as well, and these are kind of those segmented horns, which means it's very easy to kind of to smooth them out if you apply too much pressure with your knife or your mold line remover. That right there is the sprue for Tzarketh, Bane of Law. It's not a great sprue, but it's not a terrible sprue. I'd say on the Land Raider scale, it gets a 6.5 out of 10, something like that. You know, I was just about to start clipping components without knowing. John H, thank you very much for the £10 super chat. £5 to £10. Follow the algorithm gods. You know it. Thank you so much, John. That's very kind of you. Jason Papworth, member for 5 months. Is the Glockkin on your list? Amazing model plus lore. The Glockkin is on my list of things that people want to see. It is not in my inventory. I don't own the model. When I see this sprue, I don't understand why I just had to glue in 9 tiny spikes on my Death Leaper. Sam, that is something that we will never know as to why Games Workshop does things like that. It's like when you get a big monster unit and it, like, the leg is all in one piece except for one toe. And it's like, why is the toe separate? Why is that a thing? I cannot understand it for the life of me why they do it. Death Leaper is a great example of a truly obnoxious kit. That's component number 1, and then we need 4. And we also need 2. It's also not even in alphabetical order, this sprue. And it's only like 7 components. Yeah. How hard is it to do that? Components 1, 2, and 3 go together in order. It's just I don't understand it. It can't be anything to do with it can't be anything to do with like it being easier to print that way. I can't believe that for a second. Mold lines appear to be in pretty good nick here. Oh, he's got a little Blood Angels vial on him. That's good. So interestingly, aside from Archaon himself and Be'lakor, I don't actually have any wizards in my Slaves to Darkness, so this comes at a good time. Which is pretty cool. Oh, that's quite to the mold line right there. As well as a piece of sprue. We just need to smooth that down. Put another bit there on the underside of the glove. There we go. That seems to be in good order. Just going to check it under my microscopic eyes. Yeah, it's looking good. Did I show you that I'd primed this guy? I primed him for you guys. You missed your members for 15 months, did I, Edward? Where was it? Oh, I did. I'm very sorry. Who will be victorious? Only the faithful. The Warhipster faithful. Good evening, Demogorgon. You trying to understand GW logic, you're a crazy man. Oh, well, I know. Some of it, if you... Like, so I've worked in some pretty insane businesses, which didn't always make business decisions that made initial sense from the outside. But when you're in the inside, you're like, yeah, completely makes sense. I don't understand why everyone's really confused about this. So I kind of get sometimes where they make a decision to do something on like a strategic scale, and it's like, why have they done that? And it's like, well, it's because of all this kind of thing, which is, it's like, it doesn't make any sense from the outsider's perspective, but when you've been there and done that and had to make some of those stupid decisions in the past yourself, you understand it. But then there's just things on a kind of product by product basis where it's like, when you have a character model like this, and I get it on a kit that has like 106 components, at that point it doesn't really matter. But when it's a model like this where there's 7 components, why can't it just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you just do it in order? You shouldn't even really need a set of instructions to do something like this. And yet, here I am. But it would just make sense, right? If you pulled open a little character model like this, and it was like, alright, cool. I glue them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Just do it in order, and that makes sense. You can build it according to the picture, and it's absolutely fine. Whereas Games Workshop's never been that good at doing that. So it's just kind of this like weird, curious, strange habit of theirs, where it's like, yeah, glue component 1 to component 12. Why? Where do you go? Oh, you go there, apparently. Yeah, Okay. Sorry I'm late. What are you building this evening? I am currently building Tzarketh, Bane of Law. And then after that, we're going to build Ahriman from the Horus Heresy. Because it's what somebody went on a very long crusade to try and get me to do, so I bought the model for them. To do it. And I was like, you know what? You've asked enough times. I'll do it for you. No. The model's for me, the model's not for them. It'll just be one of those models that when we come around to doing the great Warhipster fire sale for the moving house and setting up the new studio fund, it'll be one of those ones that just goes straight up. There you go. Someone can buy this. Someone will want it. What was your job before painting, out of curiosity? So before painting, I used to be a learning and development L&D digital designer. I basically worked in HR designing training for corporations. And I did it for a number of different sectors. Everything from OTT television services to the legal sector. So I worked at places like Superdry, the clothing brand. I worked at Now TV. And I worked at Herbert Smith Freehills, the law firm. I worked in recruitment, Michael Page. This went together a second ago. Oh, there we go. Just needed to change the leverage. There we go. Where else did I work? My Tzarketh is built, just waiting for the tutorial. Well, we'll get one done for you. We'll get it done for you next week. It's almost like these components are fighting me a little bit, which is interesting. Yeah, that's the seam. There we go. Halfway there. Not quite. Oh, how I dislike cloaks in multiple pieces. I do agree. Cloaks in multiple pieces are the devil's work. But also, cloaks in multiple pieces that don't fold. And what I mean by that is occasionally they've done it where it's really, really intelligently put together, right? So it's like, you have, for example, like you have like piece A here, which then has, let's say that that's the lip that covers, and then the other kind of section of the cape goes together like that. So actually that's covering up the seam rather than just here is two halves of a cloak, bosh. You actually have it so it goes like that sort of thing. They did it with like the dragon wings, for example. So you don't glue half a wing together. You glue the wing, you slot the wing into place over like a half of thing. So there is still going to be a seam line along one of the spines, but it's not like just this awful thing. Are you still liking and using those Vallejo Pro brushes? Do you know, I haven't for a while, Michael, because I haven't actually sat and painted anything just for myself that wasn't on camera for a while. But I do still really like the brushes. I think they're really good. I would still recommend them. Oh God, what's the order of operations here? I'm just going to go for component 3. Let's get that on there. Let's do that next. What is your favourite AOS game? As in big game Warcry or Underworlds, or Realms of Ruin and that's kind of it? Or favourite game of AOS I ever played? Because I have an answer for that one. Because it was really funny and really bad. I've heard Realms of Ruin is not very good. I think Realms of Ruin's fine. It'll keep you occupied. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. I need to go and finish it, which sounds like an indictment of it, but it's not. I haven't had time. My video gaming hours are not as much as I would like them to be. And at the moment, I'm just obsessed with Space Marine 2. And, you know, I can't stream video games too much on the channel, because if I do, YouTube will get mad at me. Like, how dare you diversify your content? No subscribers for you. Are you not a mold line cleaner? I am, when they're there. Are there any classic / out of print minis you'd like to paint? Well, there was the big Chaos Dragon thing. That came from Forge World. That was something I wanted to do. I also really wanted a Cestus Assault Ram. Just because it's so stupid. When are we expecting Warcry's next edition? I would guess it will happen next year. But they're gonna be, obviously they're focusing on Underworlds at the moment. But the edition needs to get off to a start. But the next Warcry edition will probably be set in Blight City, right? So there'll be loads of cool stuff going on there, because they need to move away from the Gnarlwood. But yeah, I would guess it'd be next year. Do you always prime with spray cans or ever use airbrush? Spray cans get expensive. I use spray cans. I've always used spray cans. It's just how I like to. It's just like how I like to prep models. I also don't want to like make I don't want to make my videos feel like you have to invest in expensive gear in order to aside from the paints and models. So one of the reasons I use the primer cans is because that is something that a lot of people start with and a lot of people continue to use. Because people tell me, you know, use an airbrush and use this primer from Vallejo, and you always go, okay, well, we could do that, but like, one of the biggest annoyances I had when I was returning to Warhammer after a little break in my adulthood was that I was trying to look up how to paint a rhino. And every single video started with hello everyone. In today's video we're going to be painting up a rhino. So what we want to do is get out our airbrush. And I was like, nope, don't have it. Don't have an airbrush. Do you know what I mean? Hello, Tommy. Hello, Dan. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't think the gnarlwood is bad at all. I think the gnarlwood has given us quite a lot of lovely stuff. But they need to move the story of Warcry on. Can't all be messing about in Gur whilst the great calamity of our time is happening in Akshi. I'm also guessing that when Warcry does drop a new edition, that's when you're going to see something like Gutter Runners or Night Runners or something like that for the Skaven. There we go. I think investing in a cheap airbrush to prime might be cheaper in the long run. Yeah, you're not wrong. I have a cheap airbrush. I just don't want to use it to prime. My reasons are many. Look, I'm not saying don't do it. But you're not going to see a video from me come out, it's been primed in Vallejo White. You're just not going to see it. There's also, and I know this sounds silly because all you're doing is you're priming it with one colour, but that's a skill I have to learn, and for me it's not worth the time investment of that skill. Is that gold thingy a new toy on YouTube? Never seen it used before. It is. It's new as of this afternoon. I got emailed about it. So there is a goal that you can now do from YouTube. And I've got one. We're testing the new functionality. We need 12 more super chats of £5 or higher. And next week, I will paint either Shalaxi Hellbane or Alarielle, depending on what the result of the poll is. At the moment, Alarielle is very much in the lead, which is very funny, and it also proves the point that I've made about painting something like Shalaxi Hellbane. Is that if you guys are sat there saying, we want to see Alarielle, it's because it's a more impressive miniature, and that's more likely to gain some views, as opposed to doing the competitive demon that everybody wants to use and therefore is wanting to paint at the moment, as it were. How's the Titan doing? It is currently not progressed at all since Monday because I'm still getting over my anxious handling of said vehicle. Can someone check in the UK? Can someone check if the Ariok Power Claw is back in stock? Demogorgon, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Alarielle is a beautiful model. It is. That's 4 of 15 £5 super chats. Or more. Don't let me stop you. I'm being very YouTubey today. I can only apologise. goes in there. Alarielle is one of the last big models from AOS that the channel needs. I agree. It's Alarielle and Nagash, I think, are the last two that I haven't done. Although I might be missing some. If I am missing some, let me know. But Nagash and Alarielle. Oh, I suppose, and a Stardrake. That is another one as well that I haven't done on the channel. But Alarielle, Nagash, a Stardrake, and is it the Eidolon of Mathlan, or whichever one it's called, from the Idoneth, are the ones that are on my list of like the faction leaders, right? Power Claw's still out of stock. Boo. Magmadroth. Magmadroth, sort of, yes. Sort of. There's two Eidolons that look exactly... Yeah, there's the aspect of the sea and aspect of something else. There's the wizard one and the fighty one. The thing I really dislike about Warhammer, I do mostly play Warcry, is that GW doesn't want you to have other hobbies. Like what shit? I nearly said your name, but it's not quite time for that. Bard's Kids. No. Just flat no. Tommy, thank you very much for the 15 Slaves to Darkness. Oh, just beautiful models. They are indeed. Look at that. Tzarketh, the Bane of Law. I really like this model. I think it's really cool. That's a very pretty model. Thank you very much for the 15, Tommy. And Zangerous, or Zangerous, how am I supposed to say it? Thank you very much for the 5 as well. If the Ever Queen wins, will she be done box art or in your personal scheme? It will be a blend of the two. So I'm going to figure out ways to throw in my personal scheme so that it fits with the army, but also so that it kind of cleaves towards the box art more so than any of my other models have done. So for example, the Beetle, that will be 100% box art. That won't be done brown, for example. That will be 100% box art. She herself, like her skin and her cloth and the metallics and all that kind of thing, box art. It just might be that we put some red in to the leaves just to kind of cleave it towards my personal one. Evening, Josh. That's not Azek. It's not. Azek is next. And next. Is it easy to learn how to use an airbrush, and is it really worth it? I'm thinking of starting soon a Thousand Suns army and thought of maybe doing it with an airbrush. Well, that's the question, isn't it? Is it worth your time to do that? Is it worth your time and investment? Because if you're going to use it, you might as well learn how to airbrush, and if you're going to learn how to airbrush and use airbrushing as part of your painting setup, you might as well learn how to do it well, and if you want to learn how to do it well, you might as well invest in a good airbrush rather than buying a crap one that you go, yeah, I do think I actually kind of like this, and then it craps out and you have to buy a more expensive one because then you've wasted that money. Oh, well, wasted money is up to you, right? But you know, that's always the question mark around it. Isn't Volturnus High King of the Deep, the leader of the Idoneth Deepkin? Volturnus is a High King of one of the Soul Isharat, the Soul raids, but will you be painting Azek in proper metallic red or vile maggoty pervert regular red? I will be doing it in the proper metallic. Don't you worry about that. You know me. When we do things box art, we do it box art. How upset were you that Bard's family was not put in Legacy? Well, unfortunately, the Legacy thing wasn't a comment on what they thought was the quality of the models. It was a comment on something else. It's strange that it wasn't put into Legacy because it's terrible and I'm not sure anybody who owns it. By the way, Christmas is coming up. If anyone buys me Bard's family, you're no longer on my Christmas card list. I know you like to torture the streamer, but you will lose Christmas card privileges. Hello, the Loith. Not too bad, Colonel. New fridge freezer coming tomorrow. Oh, that is exciting. Oh, that's one of the things I'm excited. It's so bad, right? One of the things I'm really excited about moving house with Alice for is buying things I've never had to buy before, and therefore I get to do lots of very, very hyper-focused research into what the best fridge is. Because I like doing that. That's my favourite. You came very close to buying Bard's Family at Warhammer World on Monday. Got more Dark Oath savages instead. I think you made the right choice, personally. You didn't waste your money on the worst models that Games Workshop currently makes. Right, here we go. Tzarketh and Ahriman, you're up next, brother. Let's get you clipped out. This is an obnoxious amount of connection points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy's components are in order. Bosh. Oh god, there's just so many connection points, it's not even funny. There we go. Let's all make Josh buy Bard's Family. It's not gonna happen, guys. You're welcome to make me an offer. But it'll have to be an offer I can't refuse. If you'd bought Bard's Family, it would have truly been... Oh, you would be testing the limits of Tale of Many Warhipsters right there. Lone Monkey Productions, thank you very much for the 5. That's a bold statement when the Blood Pelt Hunter exists. The Blood Pelt Hunter is nowhere near as bad as Bard's Family. How about another Warlord Titan? Someone wants to... If you want to buy another Warlord Titan for me to do Bard's Family, I'd rather take the cash, to be honest. Because I genuinely think it would break me doing a second, like having that amount of expensive resin in the house. We'd have to change the channel to the channel formerly known as Warhipster, because he is no longer here. Now you get wrecked Josh. Thunderhawk next. I'd love a Thunderhawk. I genuinely would love a Thunderhawk. I also kind of want a Stormbird as well, but I don't want it anywhere near as much as I want a Thunderhawk. So 1 more Titan or 40 clan rats. The choice is yours. Are you paying for this, Thomas? Because I'm under no obligation to buy either 40 clan rats or a warlord Titan at this point. Stormbird is kaput anyways, no longer available. Oh, is it not? Bard's family can go on the exit ramp. They absolutely cannot. They wouldn't be allowed within 5 square miles of a beautiful, beautiful Thunderhawk. I know the Titan anxiety isn't great for you, but it absolutely can be good for us to see that even you get intimidated by a model. Oh, absolutely. I completely agree with you. I'm glad, in many ways, that you guys are all very aware about how much that model scares me. I'm deeply intimidated by it, and I do not think I am capable of doing it justice. I want to just say as well, this piece of Ahriman is an absolute disaster for mold lines and connection points. I've been cleaning this now the entire time I've been talking since I clipped it off the sprue. That's how bad it is. First time being part of a live chat of yours. Always love your vids. Gave me such inspiration to paint my Grey Knights kill team. Hopefully you see some Knights again someday. Yeah, if they do some more new ones. I feel like we've covered them all though at this point. Because what have we done? We've done the Strike Squad, Nemesis Dreadknight, Voldus, Crow. I'm sure there's more. And yeah, I'm hoping the Grey Knights do get something new that isn't just another character. I don't think they will. I think what the Grey Knights are going to get is they're going to get a upscaled version of Kaldor Drago, because he's a Terminator character, so it's pretty much guaranteed that's exactly what's going to happen with this 10th edition. And I will be shocked if I am proved wrong. But yeah, if they do anything else, I will absolutely be there. I know I haven't done any of the Terminators, but at the same time, it's kind of covered, isn't it, by the Strike Squad, really. It's one of the nice things about the Grey Knights is their range is very simple in many ways. It's quite an easy one to just sort of replicate out across the rest of the army, which is great. It's what you want for an army like that. I get the feeling Josh isn't a fan of the entallering of the Space Marines. I'm not a fan of it, no. The reason I'm not a fan of it is because that's all they're doing at the moment. So, like, if the Grey Knights... Let's say the Grey Knights Codex comes out. What everyone wants is they want upscaled Terminators and non-resin characters, and it's probably what you're going to get. I don't know if you are going to get the Terminators, but because it's not just a simple, like for the Grey Knights, it's not just a simple case of taking the new the new Terminators and then giving them an upgrade sprue. That would be really lame. That would be really lame to happen to the Grey Knight Terminators, because the Grey Knight Terminators do need to be a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more fluid, a little bit cooler than your sort of basic regular Terminator, right? So everyone says that what they need is new Terminators because they need to be the right scale, even though the old ones are pretty decent, and no more resin characters. So the Brother Captain, Grandmaster model, Stern, and Kaldor Drago, they're all still resin characters, okay? And that's all fine. That is all fine. We can have that. But I would also put it to you that a more interesting release would be that, plus something new that you don't know about. Which has been my point about 40k in general, is that, you know, as Necron fans, you got the Necron Overlord with Translocation Shroud, which is a beautiful model, but it's another Overlord. And you got Orican, who looks the same but taller, and Imatech, who looks the same but taller, right? So, and it's like, okay, cool. Is there anything new here? No, there's nothing new here. Right. So it's just reissues. It's reissues of the same model. But wouldn't it have been nice to get a, you know, what the bikes called, the Tomb Blades? Wouldn't it have been nice to get a new version of Tomb Blades that are like an all melee, super fast all melee thing with like hyperphasic blades that just come out on either side, like a Doom Wheel, for example, or like the Skaven Doom Flayers, something like that. Wouldn't have that been cool? And you talk about those things, people go, "Oh yeah, that would be really cool." It's like, okay, so now when you think about it in the context of that, are you still happy that what is happening at the moment in terms of Games Workshop models is just redesigns of characters that you've already painted? That's my point about 40k at the moment. So, like, the Dark Angels release, for me, was better than the Blood Angels release. Not commenting on the quality of the models at all, but the Dark Angels got, at the very minimum, they got the Inner Circle companions, which were just very, very cool. They were very, very nice. I thought they were very cool. They're very Dark Angels-y models. So at the very least, they got something new to play with. So that if you already have, let's go with an arbitrary figure of something like 4,000 points of Deathwing, or of Dark Angels, there's something new for you to add. And like, I would have, the Blood Angels release would have been a lot better for me personally if the Captain model had been like the Lazarus kit for Dark Angels. So the Lazarus kit, for those of you who don't know, you can get Captain Lazarus. He's a model that you can buy for your Dark Angels, and he is a named character. But in that box you can build a generic Dark Angels master, and there's a couple of different weapon options in there specifically for him, right? So you get a new character, but you also get a chapter specific Captain model. And when you create a new character, it means that you can write new stories and narrative around that person. Now, if the Blood Angels release, the Blood Angels Captain had been Captain Dave, but you could also build a generic captain out of it. I would have preferred that, because it's like, okay, here's someone new. Here's someone new on the scene. But no, it is just Boggo Blood Angels captain. And it's like, I have, even if I've just bought core sets for my Space Marines and never bought anything else, I have a captain in Gravis armor. I have a captain with a relic shield and power sword, and I have a captain with a captain in Terminator armor, and now, and I have a captain in jump pack. Captain with a jump pack. If I bought the company heroes, I have another captain on foot, and now I've got a Blood Angels captain, and the only difference is I have an Inferno pistol, which I would be more than capable of adding to any other captain model. You see what I mean? I do like the generic captain kit, though. This is it. And this is where I have to preface everything that I'm saying, or I have to justify everything that I'm saying as a criticism of these models. It's not a criticism of the models. It is a criticism of the choice to not create anything new for us to enjoy as longer-term hobbyists, but also something that's just so very undeniably Blood Angels. Unlike the Inner Circle Companions. The Dark Angels got the Inner Circle Companions, which was a very, very, very cool, very, very cool little kit. Even if it's not the most competitive thing in the world. I know a lot of people were like, oh, they're rubbish, why would you buy them? It's like, well, Dark Angels fans who have large Dark Angels collections want something for their army that they haven't seen before. What long-term Blood Angels fans don't want to do is rebuild and repaint the 45 Death Company they already have. They don't want to redo all of their Sanguinary Guard, but that's what they have to do now. And there's a lot of but if you just, and it's like, yeah, but that's justifying, isn't it? It's justifying a decision that was made that is great for somebody who doesn't have a large Blood Angels collection, which is what Games Workshop wants. They want people to start armies and buy the new models. They don't want people like me to sit on 10,000 points of Blood Angels and never have to buy another model ever again. But my instinct was, well, I should probably sell most of this, right? But it's no longer relevant. Why would anyone buy it? You know, I could sell my Librarian Dreadnought. It's no longer relevant to the game. But who's buying a Blood Angels Dreadnought? A Librarian Dreadnought? Why is this not going together? What is wrong with this model? It's catching on something. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I guess a gap is meant to exist, but it's not. I don't understand you. Piece of shit. Building Ahriman. Yes, Lakuva. It doesn't go together. It just flat doesn't go together, or I'm just being really dumb. Yeah, okay. Look, right, so look. This bit, okay, goes in here, right? Except it doesn't. Because look at the gap. Oh god, it's not even in focus. This is making me hot and sweaty and annoyed. See? Look, that doesn't go together. Because if I apply pressure like that and then let go, it doesn't go together. And like in this situation, it's like, have I missed a bit of kind of sprue or something? Because that's entirely possible. But I just can't see where I've missed it. And like, look, that's not even going together now. So you can get that together. You can't get that side to go together. Has anyone built this model? Because this is really, really, really stupid. And I just don't know if I'm missing something. Maybe the sprue is warped. Maybe. Because like the back bit goes on fine. There you go. Easy. Is it a push fit model? No. It is not. It's a stupid model is what it is. At the moment, it's currently scoring a 3 on the Land Rover scale. Is to twist it into place. What does that mean? As in just like sit here and give myself hand cramp holding it together. Alright, I mean, we can do that. Use a hammer. A war hammer, you say? Just gonna give myself a case of RSI instead. That'll just have to do. If you see any gaps in the video, you know why. It's a stupid model. So the redeeming quality of Ahriman over Tzarketh is that the instructions are in order of components 1 to 6. And then it's a cool model. You know, we always give them props. Even when I'm, like I said, I think I got lost in my train of thought after I got annoyed by Ahriman. So my point about new Games Workshop kits, right? The new 40k models that have been coming out, is that I want to see new stuff come alongside these re-releases. Even if it's just like one new character, it's better than nothing, okay? That is not a comment on the quality of the models. It's just that these redesigns of models don't excite me anywhere near as much as seeing something new happen. So like the Fugan Ra model, it's exactly the same thing. It looks great. It looks like a great model. And a much needed model, of course. I would just hope that the Eldari are going to get something in addition to that we don't know and can't predict. But, you know, you can pretty much just say, like, oh, they're getting a new Fugan? We're probably getting new Fire Dragons. I would guess that I would also guess that Thingy's on the way as well. What's his name? Karandras. Because we've had new Striking Scorpions. And if that's it, you just walk away from that and it's like, that was all we got. It's like, oh, cool. You know? What model will this be? Hello, James. This is Tzarketh and Ahriman from Horus Heresy. It's a dreadful model kit. 2 out of 10. Would not recommend buying. Doesn't go together properly. Oh, for God's sake. This is the interesting the interesting thing about the redesign of troops is I've seen a lot of people, when it happens, you see in all like the hobby groups, people saying, I've rebased these. They've not bought the new ones. They've rebased their old ones onto the right size bases. And that's to me it's confusing as to like, I mean it must be profitable, right? But like it just strikes me as surely model sales of new models, like new things you've never seen before, like let's go with the Stormcast release at a couple of a week or two ago. I would bet that they probably sold way more Iridan the Witnesses than they did Liberators. Do you know what I mean? I know that they sold a lot of prosecutors, but that's because they're, you know, they're meta choices right now. God, how is this supposed to fit on the bloody... Are you joking? That tiny little square there. You're not joking. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That way? Ah, that makes a little bit more sense. Still not great. There we go. It's done. I never have to build it again. Ah, there we go. We've built both the models that we set out to build. 1 and 2. Both of our sorcerers, both of our wizards. So let's check in on the state of affairs, shall we? I bought Warhammer Heroes from Target to find out after I opened it all that it wasn't guaranteed a full set anymore. That was a bummer. Oh yeah, I read that in the article and I was surprised at that. I was like, oh dear. Not to get ahead, but how do you plan to paint the candy red? I'm going to paint it with Retributor armor all over, and then I'm going to use a roughly 4 parts Blood Angels red to 1 part Lamia medium mix over the top. And then I'm going to highlight it with Retributor armor and then give it a spot highlight with some Stormhost silver. Is probably how I'm going to do it. That might change, but that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I did get everyone except the wizard though, so now I have no reason to buy more since I'm not going to field Liberators all with the same pose. There you go. Ah, how's the poll coming? Alarielle definitely in the lead still. By a shocking amount. And we are 7 of 15 super chats away from doing Alarielle next week. So like I said, these two, Ahriman and Tzarketh, I will be painting next week. And we're testing out this goals feature that YouTube is asking me to use. And if we get 15 teal or higher super chats, we'll do it. Basically. Hello, Peter. How you doing? Won my first arm wrestling match tonight, so won't be painting for a while. Ooh. Well, I mean, well done for winning. I can't win an arm wrestling match. I am a weak, doughy man. Pritters, I've just seen your very kind donation for Bard's family. I really don't want to buy those miniatures. I do not want to encourage Games Workshop into thinking that those miniatures are good. They are terrible miniatures. Terrible, terrible miniatures. Bard's family, Lacuva. Look, I'm going to show you Bard's family again. Doesn't even come up. Bard's family. God. These things are a war crime. This is them. There you go. There you go. That's what you all want me to paint. That's what you all keep going on about wanting to see. There you go. Look at that. Oh, wow. High quality right there. High quality. High quality. Just, yeah, look at that. Wow. Someone spent time doing that. Someone actively spent their time painting all of this on the sleeves of the coat. Think about that for a minute. Some poor person had to sit there. Someone had to do this. Someone had to sit there and do that. What value do they bring to the actual game, Josh? The only value they bring to the game is as hitting practice for people who want to for a career in baseball. Nevi368, thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. You were one of us with that build. Had to rebuy a Vespid from eBay the other day as I butchered it. Appreciate the channel for so many reasons. No, thank you, Nevi. Well, I appreciate you very much so for that. You will do it when you get them. I will not. I will I will not be buying these miniatures unless you all force me to do it. But you're going to have to try a lot harder to force me to do that. And if I do, all I will do is apply swift vengeance upon them with a claw hammer. That is all they're good for. I refuse to paint those miniatures. The melt them on stream. I think that would kill me, wouldn't it? And I don't want Death by Bard's Children to be what ended Warhipster as a channel. Is it because his sword is bigger than yours? Listen. I'm man enough to admit. And also, no it isn't. Mine's bigger. Ah! It's handy that I have that prop. Hide one in the Warlord Titan head. No. Because all it would do is bother me. That is something that would bother me. See you later, tattoo zoologist. We should start a petition for GW to send them to him. They are incredibly unlikely to do that because of the bad things I've said about it. What if, and hear me out, you painted them so well, entered them into Golden Demon, and won the Slayer Sword? It's impossible because I'm not good enough to do that. Also, that would rely on me spending 300 hours painting those models. And I would rather I would rather put this through my eye than do that. Can you do them as a Christmas special, please? Okay. No. There's many other things that I could do as a Christmas special. But this is not it. I think 100 hours per model is overkill, even for Golden Demon. Oh, I agree. I agree. Golden Demon's a funny one for me. I have a complicated relationship with it. 150 for the sword. I don't know how you could spend that amount of time painting that. Unless you painted by literally just going like that. I just don't know how you would do it. I don't know how you could physically spend 150 hours painting that sword. Do GW watch your streams? Surely they don't know how much you love them. You've given them so much promo the last 2 weeks. I don't know if Games Workshop do watch my streams. They might. Non-metallic metal. There's genuinely not enough surface area there to make it worth doing non-metallic metal. But you'd have to for Golden Demon, because you can't win unless you do that. One of the things I enjoy about Golden Demon is what I really like is how the gold or the Slayer Sword winner impacts next year's Golden Demon, and then you just see the following year everybody going, the way you win Golden Demon is by having a Mega Gargant fighting something in a pool of water. And you just have a bunch of people replicate it. It's like, nope, that won already. Have an idea, do something different. You know what I mean? You see it all the time. The one I'd always point to was people when everyone was really mad that the Skink won Golden Demon. You know, that flawless, beautiful, incredible Skink that won a Slayer Sword, and everyone was mad because they were like, they haven't done enough to the base. I did a massive base for mine. They haven't done any weathering. It's not all grimdark. There's no. It's like, nope, it's just a flawlessly painted miniature. One of my favourite pieces of art I've ever looked at. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, stunning. I can't remember the name of the artist right now. It's just... complaining that you didn't win a competition because you think you should have done is like... I mean, it's pretty heinous, to be honest. It's like... the winner was a winner because on the day it was decided that that person was better than your work. You know? And like, a painting, art is subjective, right? And that's what it is. It's an art competition, and should art ever really be a competition? You know? Like, what is the defining characteristics of great art? You know? You know, everybody has different everybody has different opinions, and there are great works of art that are considered masterful pieces that you might not understand why it is. I mean, I'm terrible at this, right? I don't really art, a lot of it goes right over my head, right? But like a lot of Van Gogh's work, it's not photorealistic painting, but a lot of it's considered some of the finest pieces that have ever been made. You see, the Mona Lisa, again, it's these brilliant pieces that are painted in very different styles that appeal and are considered legendary pieces of work. You know. You know, so it's like, okay, well, this is a competition to determine who is the best at art. And, you know, you could I mean, like you could paint a miniature in an impressionist style. You could you could go for something slightly more surreal. You could imagine somebody entered into the open category a bust of a space marine in the style of Picasso, where it's just all this kind of thing, or did a diorama in the style of Dali. You see what I mean? It's like, well, that is a piece of art that person has provided, and it's somebody with a different alternate take on something that a lot of people wouldn't agree with. That's it. It's your favorite piece of art is not the same as everybody's favorite piece of art, and Golden Demon is a competition that wants to judge your art and artists to determine who is the best at art. And it's the people are. The people have opinions, So whoever won because the people on the day decided that one was the best one. And whoever didn't win on the day, the people who didn't choose your piece to win, they decided that yours wasn't the best that was painted there. But a different set of people might have done. Having entered into a Golden Demon with absolutely zero expectations of winning anything other than hoping for at least one pin and not getting a single one, was hard for me, because I felt like that was a complete indictment of me and my skill entirely, and I entirely wore that on my back, and for me I was like, yeah, I'm just bad, that was the reaction I had. I didn't sit there and go, that didn't deserve it, I did. Which, any video that says full credit to the winner, but I should have won, it's an indictment of someone else's work. And I don't think that's cool. That's not what we do in Warhammer. It's a community, I think as a community we should celebrate each other's wins, and use that as motivation to experience that win ourselves. But one person winning it does not mean, it's not like a complete rejection of you. It's just that somebody else did better on that day, according to the people who judged it. So that should be motivation, really. And I think that's what I think has been. I think that's what is lost. I think with the conversation around competitions like that. I mean, me. You guys always kind of. People will say, "Oh, I've painted this, but it's not as good as yours," and I'm like, "How do you know that?" It might not be. That's not true. I think it is as good as mine, even if you don't think it is. That's not what it's about at all. Did you enjoy painting it? If you did, then great. Did my video help you to paint it? Fantastic. Did someone else's video help you to paint it? Also fantastic. I celebrate you as miniature painters. I'm glad that you're all here and you're just doing the same thing that I like to do. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Is that we enjoy this hobby and we do it together. And we create that sense of community that we might not necessarily have had growing up, or don't necessarily have that touch with now in the present day. It's a way of us connecting across the oceans, around the world, up and down the country, but we're connecting through something that we love. It's all that matters is that we love it. It's the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter who's the best. Absolutely doesn't. Because it's all subjective. There is no such thing as the best in something like this when it is subjective. I try to look at everything I paint and decide if I feel happy with it versus if it looks good as XYZ's piece on socials. That said, I do want to improve for me. Well, there you go. But like, so would you say then, James, that your enjoyment of the hobby and of painting comes from achieving personal goals of improving at X technique, right? Because that's where my enjoyment of it comes from. Yeah, there you go. Like I love painting because I love painting. I love painting because it's how I escape from my ADHD. It's how I escape from the noisiness of the world around me. It's how it has always been. It's how I engage with the universe and a story and that I love, and it's a way for me to be engaged in that at all times, rather than, you know, for example, like being super into a TV show where you can only ever watch as many episodes that are made of that, right? Because expanding around that might not necessarily be a thing that happens. But with Warhammer, I can sit down and I can escape to a different world where I can picture myself as part of the story, or I can enjoy the story and be there and be within it, and I can paint something that matches my imagination of that, and I can render that in the real world for me to look at. And that for me is just how much I that's why I enjoy painting. That's why I think it's, you know, it's one of my, it is my favorite thing to do. It has been for a very, very long time, as you would hope, given as this is my YouTube channel. D. Frank, thank you very much for becoming a member. You legend, you. Thank you so much. You know, and everybody experienced certain journeys in a different way, but we are all united within the same universe of, if we all like painting Age of Sigmar miniatures, then everybody out there who likes painting Age of Sigmar miniatures, we have something that we can connect on. And I love that. And that's how I'm in a very privileged position, where I have a YouTube channel that lets me do that. And I get to support other people to enjoy the thing that is so important to me. It's truly humbling. It is, every day. And I never take it for granted. But to be able to kind of impact someone's enjoyment of something that I really love, it's the best thing, right? It's why you talk about music. It's why you play. It's why it's why you recommend somebody watches a TV program. Someone goes to see a film. Someone listens to an album. It's why you recommend people go to a restaurant. It's why you tell people about things that you went and did. It's why, you know, because you want people to share in that experience, because it gave you joy and you want to pass on that joy. And I get to do that all day, every day. And that is unbelievably privileged position to be in. And I can't get enough of it. You know? Leagues of Jotan. Thank you. Incredible. Incredible. Thank you very much for the 2. I just got a tad crimson there, a little bit. I can't read the whole thing out, you know. We are 7 teal super chats. That's £5 or more away from the goal in the next 18 minutes and 30 seconds. If you would like to achieve the goal, it would be fun to see what happens when you achieve the goal. I mean, I could just jump in and, and join in, but that would be a bit dumb. Tell Him Any Warhipsters is such a fantastic event too. Oh, thanks, Peter. It is our favourite thing to make. It is. I mean, that's an example of it, right? Of us connecting around the world over your miniatures, and in many ways, if you're submitting to Tale of Many Warhipsters, you're sharing your joy back with us, and that gives us joy, and it's just this wonderful exchange of inspiration and happiness that we get to do together as a community. And that it really is what the point of it is, you know, because not everybody has a platform, but you know, some of us do, and we should share that with the world. I love doing Tales. I really do. It's great. Demogorgon, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Funds for the goal gods. It's 9 of 15. We're 6 away. Justice for Bart's family. We formally demand justice for the slander heard in this stream against the beauty that are the Bard's family models. Unbelievable. Okay. Alright. How's this? If we reach the goal... Oh, I don't want to say it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I really don't want to buy them. I really don't want to buy them. I really don't want to buy them. Screw it. If we reach the goal, five more teal or higher super chats. If we reach the goal, I will buy the bloody models. Okay? I'll buy them. If you reach the goal, I'll buy them and paint them for the first tale. Everyone's going to do it now. I'm going to go to do it. I'm going to go to do it. And they'll be out of stock. And they'll be like, oh no! What a shame! Oh look, they're out of stock. What a pity. We can't do it. Oh dear. Oh no, what a shame. Oh dear. Demogorgon. There we go. See? I just want to see what it does. I should have set the goal a lot higher. That's my fault. Can I do that? No, I can't edit. I can remove it before it happens, though. Thank you, Demogorgon, for the 5. And then what we'll do is we'll do a live stream where we set a goal to not destroy them with a hammer or something like that. You still want them melted. Does resin melt? I don't know if it does. Does it not just like sort of just burn? Take them to a cheese grater maybe. Let's find out. I don't have any resin to set fire to. Can't believe you agreed to this. Demogorgon. You can't just do it by yourself, man. Gotta give other people a chance. Put them on Will It Blend? Now that we could do. Will Bart's family blend? GW hates me for doing this to their models. This model, this. The Models Games Workshop doesn't want you to see this. Will you do a Contrast Plus on the new Kill Team starter box? I did order it. Geek English. It's on its way whenever it comes out. But question for all of you. The Space Marines. What should I do with them? How should I paint them? Because I sure as hell don't want to paint more Blood Angels. What should we do? What do we do with them? I'll tell you what I am tempted to do. I am kind of tempted to paint them the size of the Emperor. Box art contrast. So Ultramarines. White Scars. Dragon Spears. Resin is likely pretty toxic. It would not recommend. Drac Angels. Space Wolves. Rainbow Marines. I realise I just asked a bunch of people what should I do with Space Marines, and I know everyone's going to have a different idea. Paint them as Ultramarines and send them to Liam to get his ass in gear. Ooh, maybe we could do that. Crayon Marines. Pritt Stick Marines. Thank you, Justice for Bar's family, for the vindication! Vindication! I was thinking about painting some Crimson Fists. They're nice. Good evening, Mini Painting Dad. Hammers of Sigmar colours. Gold and blue. Exorcists. More Salamanders. Legion of the Damned. Dark Angels. I knew you meant Dark Angels, Fate of Zero, but Drac Angels. Drake Angels. Maybe we come up with Drake Angels. Maybe that's what we do. Loyalist World Eater colours. Go hard. White and blue. Dork Angles. Lamenters or Imperial Fists. John H. Bombardment. We haven't had a bombardment in a long time. Bombardment. Bombardment. Lone Monkey Productions, thank you very much for the 5 Red Scorpions or Carcharodons, and we've done it. Thanks to the participants, Warhipster just achieved the goal. There we go. That's what happens when you do it. Thank you so much, guys. Hallowed Nights. Just bought Bard's Family. They fell in my basket with Iridan. Oh, yeah, I suppose I actually have to do it now, don't I? Okay. Add to cart. Oh, I have to sign in. Nikolai, thank you very much for the 45. How would you paint Old World Orc and Black Orc skin, respectively? In the old days, Black Orcs had much darker skin than regular boys. Cheers. Let me have a look. Black Orc. Old World. Let's have a look. What the old... Oh yeah, wow. So to do that older skin, the darker green. You're probably looking at using something like just using Dark Angel's green, and then highlighting it with Warpstone Glow, based on the picture that I have before me. 6 layers of non-oil. Paint every single one different and have a Power Ranger team of colours. That's a good idea, Geek English. Oh yeah. When will we see Bard's Family? Okay, hang on. Let me buy them. Let me buy the stupid models. I can't believe I'm buying these models. Bard's Family. Add to cart. Ugh, I feel dirty. Let me just check they haven't got the Power Claw in stock. It is not in stock. Alright. What do you have to do for free shipping these days? What's the limit? How'd you get free shipping? Is it like 50 quid? 40 quid? Do you know? £40 for free shipping. Okay. You've just improved their sales by... But this is it. James has just bought a set of Bard's Family, and I've bought it. So now they're going to be like, guys, these models, model of the year contenders right here. £23. I need something for £17. Good God, those models, why are the mouths all open? I know! Maybe they've got a cool model in stock. No, they don't. Damn it! Okay, so here's what we might do. I might paint them. I might paint them properly and then destroy them. That's what you've driven to me to, chat. Throw in some Servo Skull palettes. I bought one of those, actually. I haven't used it yet. It's downstairs, because I keep forgetting to bring it upstairs. Paint, then blend. Will it blend? Yes, it will. Oh, what's in the As Seen in Space Marine 2 section? Interesting. Oh no, to be fair, they are all As Seen in Space Marine 2. They haven't tried to sneak in anything in there that isn't. Yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. I need another model. I don't want to pay £3.50 in shipping. I'd rather pay £17 for another model. What are we doing? Any Horus Heresy characters out there? Not a Primarch. They're way too expensive. Got us. You can't do it by. Can't do it by thing anymore, can you? Raffle them for the new fridge fund. Grab a Balrog. I've got a Balrog. Lady Duchard. Is it in stock? Lady Elise Duchard. It's not in stock. As always. Grab a Balrog. Oh, we were in there. I've heard the Ahriman model is good. Goes together well. Does it? That one's come close to the mallet. Caradron Overlords. I've got all the Caradron Overlords models. Tom Bombadil is the right price. Pick up an Arcanaut Admiral. I have one. You need Stormcast Eternals. I actually don't at the moment. I'm inundated with them. Is it the 40k version or the 30k model? Ahriman, it's the 30k one. It's this one. It goes together like a bugger. Terrible model. Done Gotrek? Yes, there is a video on how to paint Gotrek on the channel. You have all the Caradron Overlords heroes. I do. I do. I've got them all. How much do I have to donate for you to destroy your favourite painted model? A lot. Because one of my favourite painted models is Archaon. And it's gonna I'll have the shirt off your back to destroy that. I love that model so much. Atlan Horses. No, we've done them. Blend Archaon. Absolutely not. This is where the only way that happens is if next time I do a stream and I set a goal for 50 super chats at over £100. Yeah, that's how that happens. And even then, I'll buy another one. I'll buy another one and build that, and then shred that one. Tom Bombadil and Goldberg. I don't want to buy that. Rosie Cotton and the Gaffer. Oh, come on. Archaon was such a flex how you painted that thing in one piece. Well, what can I say? A Storm Coven. I've got a Storm Coven. They're here. Primaris Chaplain on bike. Got one of them as well. Thorin Oakenshield and Company. How much is that? Thorin Oakenshield and Company. It's £37. That's a lot. Thunderhawk is in stock. Just saying. Sold. That's how we get over the £40 limit. We buy a £598 kit. Okay. Hang on. I'm going to end the poll. Alarielle wins. So we're going to try and paint Alarielle next week. How much is P&P? It's £3.50. So... Have you done the Vizark? No, not yet. We're just going to pay the postage and packaging, I'm afraid. £26.50. Bard's family. Buy Smaug next. It's between Smaug and a Thunderhawk, but that's what we'll do another fundraiser-y thing for. Let's do that. Agree and pay now. Think if this vid will be your most watched ever. Oh yeah, if I do this as a painting video, it is 100% going to be entirely clickbait. Chat bullied me into painting Games Workshop's worst ever models. Is what it's going to be called. Something like that. There you go. Your order has been confirmed. It's done. Bard's family is poor. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to end. So thank you so very much for hanging out with me today. Thank you very much for helping us get to Warhipster's chat bullied Warhipster into painting the worst GW model, and I am also doing it. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's our first collab, James. We painted the worst models. Anyway, guys, thank you so very much for hanging out with me tonight. We will be back tomorrow with two painting. We've got a paint video tomorrow and a paint video on Friday. The two painting videos, for those of you who are interested in such things, that you will be getting this week. It's a hodgepodge this week. It's fun. You're getting Chief Librarian Tigurius and the White King on Skeletal Steed. That's Thursday and Friday's video right there. There's your painting videos for Thursday and Friday. I would tell you what's coming on Saturday, but I can't. So, enjoy those, and we'll talk again soon. You sexy beasts. Love you very much, chat. You're the best. Even if you do make me buy things like Bard's family. Thank you so much. I will see you all very soon in the next one. Here is the hand of farewell, and I'm going to hit the end stream button now. Bye! Bye!